All right, we're live.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to today's session. My name is Oyindamola Bankole, and I will be your host for today. We are going to be having an important conversation on the cost of ignoring AI, how businesses without AI are falling behind in Nigeria and across Africa at large. I'm not having this conversation alone. I'm joined by two amazing guests. First, we have Mr. Mayowa, a tech developer from our company who works closely with AI and automation. And we also have Mrs. Bukola here, who is a business owner and hair entrepreneur. She will be giving us real life insights from the business side. Do you mind introducing yourselves, please?
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Bukola. I am the founder of Ace Empire, a human hair wig brand, and we focus on premium wigs and wig services. I am excited to be part of the conversation today and, share experiences where necessary. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, okay. I think my name is Mayowa, and I'm the tech director at Atom Group. Basically, always looking forward to how the advancement in AI can help businesses and how AI itself can part a way for businesses, right? So, really, really, really excited to be on this particular conversation.
All right. Thank you. So, before we start, I would like to mention that this is not a technical conversation. The goal of this conversation is very very simple. It's just for business owners, who are trying to understand what AI really means and how AI can be incorporated. How AI can help them in their workflow and all of that. So it's not really a technical conversation. So let's start from the basics. Thank you. So, Miss Bukola, do you mind telling us, as someone involved in business, as someone in the business world, where do you think businesses, companies at large, where do you think they struggle the most today? Is it time, cost, or efficiency?
Mm, I think it's a combination of everything, a little bit of everything. Time management, efficiency, especially um, for businesses that are like small businesses, or I like to say growing businesses. I don't like to say small business. For growing businesses or growing business owners like myself, that are still trying to build capital and all of that. You're trying to put your business out there. You're working on your brand visibility. You're working on business structure. Time management is one of the things you struggle with. You're also juggling marketing, trying to put your business out there. So I think it's a little bit of everything you mentioned. If you've been trying to be efficient, trying to manage your time, trying to manage costs as well, because you're not running the business to for sure. You're actually running it to make profits, right? So I think it's a little bit of everything combined.
Okay, thank you for that. A little bit of everything, time issues, cost, and all that. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you for that. Mr. Mayo, I would like to know, AI, with the way AI is going right now, AI is becoming a big part of how businesses work today, a big part of how businesses in Nigeria, in Africa, across the world, a big part of how they operate. From your own experience here, how are companies actually using AI right now? How do you think companies are using AI right now?
Yeah, I think one thing is that we have noticed is a lot of companies these days, and this is across Europe, right? This is coming very closer to Africa, but a lot of companies across Europe have started adopting AI into their everyday business life cycle, right? Because they've started to see that AI itself is no more the buzzword. Instead, it's here, and then AI itself is changing industries. One major thing I think that Ms. Bukola mentioned was in terms of time, right? I always say time is money. And businesses understand that. The businesses that do understand that time itself is money basically understand that they need to have AI into their processes to help them to, let's say, cut time. A very solid example is in the terms of, let's say, reach outs. Businesses a lot of times spend a good amount of time reaching out to their customers, following up with their customers and things like that. And we've seen cases where this itself is stressful and this itself takes so much time, right? From a business owner, that we did help integrate AI into their services. We basically helped the business, build some sort of AI infrastructure where they could cut down time just by having an AI reach out to their existing customers, right? This itself cut down the reach out time by a lot, and then the business owner was able to focus on other parts of the business. So I think AI in so many ways can help businesses, right? It can help businesses in so many ways, and it's good that we are having this discussion and the fact that we are bringing this particular topic to light.
Yeah, thank you for that. The way AI is moving right now, it's going it's going crazy. Yeah, thank you about that. Miss Bukola, yeah, to you now. I would, as a business person, you're in the business world. I'm just curious. Have you seen businesses that are still doing things manually? While other competitors are using technology, like they are using AI. If you were to like compare businesses, brands, companies that are using technology and those that are not, what difference do you think is what difference does technology actually make here in that sense?
Okay, so this I even have like a very close a an example that is very close to home. I have someone around me that is into medical practice, and she has a health facility that she runs, right? And I also have someone close to me that is also a business owner into like food production, or no, let me not say production, food, wholesale of food and food items and all of that. Now, the food business owner has been able to integrate artificial intelligence or AI or tech into running their business, into and sales entries, their marketing, their everything, their every day-to-day activities. They're able to like um enter all of those data, while the owner of the health facility, on the other hand, still runs like paper and pen. Every patient comes in, you take everything down, and I can see like there are two different people, and you can obviously see like the differences between those two businesses. Why one has been able to like move over from that manual stage into a more efficient level. One is still like, should I say, dragging. Is if the person is not there, the business cannot, like, nothing can really happen, nothing much can really happen. The person has to be there, you know, all of those things. While the other person enjoys, you have people there, you put them through how they are to enter, the daily sales, and on your end, wherever you are in the world, you can basically see what's going on at your store, you know, efficiency without introducing or leveraging on technology in any business. You see that that person will struggle with efficiency, person will struggle to balance a lot of things, because running a business is not just about the activities that you do in the business. There are also things you have to do behind the business, like structuring, all of those things. So while the other person is focusing on what actually matters, and allowing technology to help them handle the other, burdensome things. This other person is trying to put all of those things together. So when you're trying to run a business manually, I mean, there would not be structure, and then I think the process will just get overwhelming. It keeps getting overwhelming as the day goes by. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Bukola. Just like you made, yeah, thank you for that beautiful explanation. Just like you did mention, um, most most businesses that are operating manually struggle with efficiency, yeah, efficiency, and then them not being able to like focus on what actually matters, which will bring me to this question. Yeah, Mr. Mayo, I want to know, from your perspective as an AI developer, when businesses refuse when businesses refuse, when they refuse to adopt AI or to embrace technology, you know, what problems usually start to show over time?
Yeah, I think this itself is it's one that I can portray in a very simple example, right? There has been so many times where personally I say I'm an advocate for technology, not just AI in general. I'm an advocate for technology. I try to tell every business owner today that whatever process you are doing manually can be done with technology, right? AI itself is an advancement of technology, right? Now, businesses today that do not incorporate AI or technology into their processes, they have so much in terms of limitations, right? And sometimes because they don't have, I say, this knowledge about the technology itself, they don't know how much limitations they do have or how much limitations that not incorporating this system itself cause for them, right? For instance, let's take for instance someone that does sales. After he comes from gathering all of his spreadsheets and everything, there would be one business owner that would sit down, look into each of the spreadsheets, check, okay, what exactly was the cost of this, what exactly was sold today, what is the total amount of everything, and then do the computation manually, or just like Ms. Bukola said, some might even pull up a pen and a paper and basically write every single thing and okay, get a those big calculators, right? And then start calculating every single thing one after the other. That itself is time, right? And I say time itself is money. Instead of having all of this in a very manual process, we've seen businesses today that instead of doing all of that, they have an AI that monitors their spreadsheet for incoming, what's it called? Incoming accounts, right? And basically give them full analysis of their entire account every single day. Those businesses itself, they would know, okay, how much have we sold today, right? How much have we sold? What is the total profit? What is the total breakdown? They basically have an analysis of this compared to someone that is using a pen and a paper and a calculator, basically trying to find all of this out. Now, if you look at it in terms of efficiency for both of them, the latter would have made more use of his time than to the first business, right? But the first business itself might not understand how much technology can bring to his business until he starts using it. So I always say that businesses should try to incorporate AI from a standpoint of how can it solve my problems, right? Not just hear it as the buzzword, but then how exactly can it solve my problems? Because some of the things we do manually today, no matter what it is, I say that no matter what you do manually today, AI has a solution for it. And it might sound big, but no matter what process you're doing manually today, AI has a solution for it. So I'd say that businesses should start looking so much into what value can AI bring into my business. It could even be using something like ChatGPT, for instance, right, to ask more questions about your business or to get more insight into your business. But if we stop or block the usage of technology, right, this itself would affect businesses in general. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much for that explanation. Yeah, thank you very much. The answers that I'm getting from the both of you, the answers that I got for this last two questions actually brings me to this next question that I'm about to ask. So this question is for the both of you, and yeah, some of our audience members too. They may want to engage. They can just drop their answer or their opinion right in the comment section. So I want to know: do you think that businesses that ignore AI today might struggle to compete or be relevant in the business industry in the next few years?
Okay, let me go first. I definitely think that businesses that do not incorporate AI would struggle. You know, the two examples I gave earlier, while the other person that has leveraged on technology or AI can move on to focusing on more important things in their business, trying to improve on better structures in their business, or trying to be more creative about things in their business, the other person is still struggling on how to get their accounts together. So they are already not on the same level. And while this other person is now still trying to figure out, okay, how do I manage my sales, or how am I able to and the other person is way ahead. So it's technology has really come to stay. And I really like what Mr. Mayowa said about how every business ought to take advantage. Every business owner needs to incorporate technology into their business. I mean, it gives you more room to breathe and just thrive as a business owner, because owning a business already is a lot of work. And I mean, so technology just comes and eases that burden.
Okay. Thank you. So if I get you correctly, you're of the opinion that businesses that ignore AI or businesses that like
Yeah, we'll
fail to,
struggle.
yeah, they will struggle in the next few
Yes.
years. Thank you
Yes.
very much. Mr. Mayowa, we would like to hear from you.
Yeah, yeah, I think struggle itself is the right word because not just struggling, but when your competitor is incorporating a much advanced technology than you, and because of the use of that more advanced technology, he's able to get more reach than you or get more customers than you. Um, your customers would surely go to the competitor, right? Because he decided to use an advanced technology, right? Um, Businesses that decide to not use AI, I say they have so much that they are missing, right? So much that they are missing, so much that they have not really unlocked. Because when you look at it from even customer acquisition, right? Basically, as a business owner, the very first thing you need is customers. Then finally, let's talk about simplifying processes. You have AI today that can basically check the entire web for you, get you possible customers, reach out to them. We're doing a very similar thing with a product we call Diligent AI. I mean, get customers for you, finally do this reach outs for you, right? And we've seen businesses that have incorporated these processes into their solution. I'd make reference of some businesses in the real estate sector. Um, so there was a business in a very small story, right? There was a business in the real estate sector that we had a conversation with, right? And she was very interested in, I mean, incorporating AI into her processes. Basically, how exactly could AI make her processes faster? Her major issue that she faced was an issue with follow-ups. So she had a lot of clients that she had reached out to in the past. And let's say, for instance, tomorrow she wants to sell a new property to them. She needs to scan through her WhatsApp, go through everything, confirm which client did I send a message to. Sometimes she might even forget them, right? And then end up not reaching out to them at all. So when she came to us with this specific problem, and we were like, oh, this is a very simple one, right? That AI itself can solve. And we did build her a pipeline in the software we call Diligent AI that basically business use for outreach, right? We built her a pipeline and she put in all of our customers and basically every single conversation she has with her customers into the pipeline. And now she has a much more holistic view of her business. She comes into Diligent AI in the morning and she says, reach out to all of the businesses that I sold a property to in the last 2 weeks. And the AI basically, without any of her contribution, reaches out to each and every single one of them, tells them about the property and basically things like that, right? This itself took her productivity from, I'd say, 2% to 100%, right? You're looking at 10x in someone's productivity because it doesn't have to follow up with someone manually. You have an AI that basically checks up on your customers, follows up with your customers. You have a new product that you want to sell. The AI basically reaches out to those people, telling them that, okay, this business person has a new product itself. Now, consider that to a person that does not even use technology, right? The person that uses technology would have reached out to hundreds and thousands of customers, while the person that does not use AI and technology would probably not have reached out to anybody. He would probably still be sorting out the people who would have already been reached out to by the AI. So we need in Africa, we need to start having, or even in general, we need to start having that holistic view towards how AI can empower our businesses. It has come to stay, right? And it's empowering businesses. I even say some small tasks like consistently posting on our social media platforms. You basically have AI automating all of these processes, right? A feature that we had on Diligent AI was for an AI to basically help you to automate your posts, automate your social media posts and things like that. And we had businesses use this and say, okay, now I just basically create posts on Diligent AI and then those posts go out every single day without me having to do anything. That itself is crazy, right? And you're able to do this in hundreds, in thousands. Understand that we as humans we have limitation, but this technology itself almost has no limitation. You can reach out to one person, and at the same time, an AI will be reaching out to 100,000 people, right? So it has come to stay. And the right word, as Ms. Bukola said, struggle is really the right word, because businesses that do not incorporate AI itself would struggle in today's world.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that beautiful explanation. Thank you for that detailed explanation. Okay, so let me ask this question. Let me direct this to Miss Bukola, because I believe a lot of growing business owners, a lot of growing brands will feel, oh, how do I, okay, I'm a makeup artist, how do I incorporate AI into my businesses? Oh, I'm a fashion designer, do I need AI? So let me throw this question at you, Miss Nicola. If AI could help you automate one part of your business, which task or what part of it would you want it to handle first?
I would say content scheduling, scheduling of content and all of that. And that's because like I said, I handle the creative part of the business. That's making the products now, the wigs I have to sell. I have to style them, I make them, I do all of that. Then there's also the service part of my business that has to do with revamping of those wigs, customers sending their hairs and all of that, and all other hair or wig repair services. So while doing all of that, and making videos of all those things, because I consistently have to keep pushing the business or to keep pushing the brand out there for people to see, for people to know, like, that we exist. This is the quality of the service we do, this is the quality of the products that I have to offer. I also have to post those contents. So sometimes I'll have like backlog of videos, that I'll have to, edit and schedule to post. And then, so if I was to incorporate, or if I would uh take advantage of AI, it would be in that area, definitely in content scheduling and all of that.
Okay, thank you. But okay, let me reframe the question. I did mention that which task or what part would you want it to handle first? Can you give us about three tasks or three parts of your business that you think AI can help you handle? Yeah, let me use that word.
Okay. Already, let me maybe I should give an example of what I already use, and then the content scheduling part I made mention of. I heard Mr. Mayowa talk about a business owner that they helped to be able to helped her to be able to consistently post or make her post on social media for more visibility and all of that through diligence. I didn't catch the name properly, but I
Religion,
I,
yeah.
I heard that. Yes, yes. So that would be one for me. Two, another one that I use would be like in accounting, like in tracking expenses and all of that. I make use of like Google Sheets and all of that. Then in planning too, planning anything for my business generally, structure wise, business development, anything. I use Notion, right? So if I was to say, oh, a specific task, I don't know, or maybe I'm not understanding what you mean by a specific task, because I feel like all of these things I've mentioned are like things that AI already helps me handle, or I hope to um use AI to handle. So I don't know, maybe you'll be more specific if I'm not addressing that task that you made mention of specifically.
Actually, yeah, Miss Bukola, you're right on track. Like these are actually things I want to hear. I asked that
Okay.
question because okay, you make use of this, you make use of AI. You know, you're well informed. You know how this can help you. This can help your business and all of that. But I asked because I believe there are lots of people out there that really don't know how to go about it. If you ask,
Okay.
I believe there are some business owners that when you ask them, they will tell you they don't need AI in their business. They will tell you there's AI can't help me with anything. Can AI help me to make hair? Can AI help me to cut clothes? I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like
Okay,
if
okay,
you
okay, okay,
ask
okay, yeah. But
they don't they're not
Miss
informed. They
Yes,
don't know
yes,
what AI can help them do. So that's why I asked
yes,
that question because I feel like probably when you tell us,
yeah,
when they hear from you as a business owner from a business perspective, they would
yeah.
understand how they can incorporate the use of AI into their workflow.
Okay, so just to shed more light, AI will not help you perform certain tasks, but it will help you simplify process. So it will not help you. AI will not help me style any hair or sew any hair or do anything. But all the other processes behind the scene, it can help me simplify them. And Mr. Mayowa even made mention of ChatGPT. Like I know how many times I would want to like there are different ideas I'll have in my mind, and then I would want to brainstorm and say, okay, well, is this okay? Should I incorporate this into my business? Recently, I wanted to like create a structure for installment payments plans. And you just have all of those ideas in your mind, but I want to put all of those things together. And then I'll just go to ChatGPT. Okay, this is what I want to do. How do I incorporate this? What are the systems or measures I can put in place to be able to track or to ensure that customers, that is AI helping simplify my process for me. So I am not overwhelmed with all of those brain work and then still overwhelmed with the physical task I have to carry out as the personnel behind the business. So yeah, for any other business, basically whether a makeup artist or a fashion business owner, it is more about allowing AI simplify processes that run the business, not I don't know, not the physical or the things that you have to carry out physically in the business. So
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Okay, Mr. Mayowa, let me throw this at you. What kind of, as an AI developer, yeah, from your perspective, I want to believe you've probably helped a lot of businesses, incorporate the use of AI, automations, and all of that into their workflow. So, what kind of businesses benefit the most from AI? These small businesses, growing brands, or large companies?
Yeah, I think that's a very interesting question because I'd say it's all scale of businesses, right? We've had small businesses reach out to us and say, I want AI to help me in this specific aspect. And we've had very big businesses reach out to us and say, I want AI to also help me in this specific aspect, right? I'd say in small businesses, it could be anything, right? For instance, ChatGPT itself has a lot that it does for a lot of people today. You basically even have people that use ChatGPT to plan out, let's say, the next steps for their business, plan out their whole business architecture, or even someone that is initially starting a business. I've had friends that basically use ChatGPT to plan out their entire business, right, before they started it. This itself gave them so much productivity because they would have had to go and meet, let's say, a consultant to discuss with and get more idea about the business, right? Now, that's one aspect that could help a small business. But big business and medium scale businesses basically also use AI, and it's not one. I won't say one size fit for all, right? But then it's just basically where where it bites you specifically, right? And that's where I say information comes a lot in. As a business owner, you need to each and every single day start seeing ways to simplify your processes, right? For instance, the process of scheduling posts that Ms. Bukola did mention. We've had so many people that today every single person in business, let's say you make your videos, for instance, for your brand, you make a video for your brand, and then you know that you post it on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, right? However, on Monday 8 a.m. you have to wake up Monday 8 a.m. to make that specific post. And sometimes, let's say you wake up late, and then you wake up late by 9 a.m. Then you have to make that post at 9 a.m. Then the customers or the audience that you should have met by 8 a.m. You don't meet them because you woke up an hour late, right? However, that specific process itself can be simplified with AI because you can just basically have an AI that you give each of one of these posts, and the AI has access to all of your social media platforms, and then basically helping you make this post to the social media platforms. We've had businesses that use it, right? Like I mentioned, a business in the real estate sector basically use something like this, right? And this is a large business that closes at say millions of naira in terms of real estate, right? And then you even see small businesses could also use this, or even medium scale businesses could also use this specific process if it does meet a solution to any of their problem, right? And so many other things. Google Sheet analysis. Specifically, I use AI to perform analysis of my own personal accounts, right? I use AI for budget analysis. I use AI to understand what exactly is my expense, what exactly is my revenue, and things like that, right? So I say that AI can help small businesses, it can help medium businesses, and it can also help large businesses, right? It just depends on whether or not that business is looking to incorporate AI and how the problem that business, I'm sorry, what problem that business is trying to solve, right? But it can help every single vertical of business. Yep.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayowa. So, hey, hi, both large scale businesses, small scale businesses, medium sized, one man, so proprietorship, whatever kind of business, brand, organization, companies can all benefit from AI. Thank you. Yeah, Miss Bukola, I want to know, what do you think actually stops many brands, many businesses from using AI? Is it, should we say, lack of knowledge, or is it cost, or is it the fear of, I don't know how this works. If I bring this into my workflow or into how I do my thing, won't I get confused? Like, what do you think actually stops many businesses from using AI?
I would say the lack of awareness is a major factor. Lack of awareness is a major factor. And I'll also say the disposition of that business owner to accepting the reality of AI. Yes. So on lack of awareness, many people are not knowledgeable of the extent to which they can apply AI into their business. They are not really aware that, okay, there's a system I can use that has access to my social media and can help me make all my posts. Not everybody knows that. Not everybody knows that, okay, I can use ChatGPT to do my business analysis, or I can track my expenses, my sales, and everything. I can do that on Google Sheets. Not many people are aware of that. And then when it comes down to their disposition to was disposition the word, and disposition to accepting AI. So for maybe whether they are, I don't know, maybe let me just use age now, like maybe middle-aged business owners, or people who are like more elderly, like okay, market women now, or people that are not so friendly with technology. People in our generation, it's easy for you to sell AI to them. That okay, this can actually, because we already have our smartphones, we know how these things work. It's easy to sell, some of all these software, some of all these systems to them for them to apply to their businesses. But for the everyday market woman, or for this tailor that is just in one supermarket, a supermarket that is just in this plaza somewhere, that does not really know about all these things. When you tell them, first they're like, "Ah, so I'll start learning how to operate a system. Do I have to start learning how to operate a system? Do I have to start learning how this software works?" They just see it as cumbersome. So they are not friendly to it. So I think those two would be yeah, lack of awareness and their disposition would be like one of the things I think affects business owners from accepting, you know, AI.
Yeah, thank you. So, what about cost? I feel like, yeah, like you did mention, this can fall under lack of awareness. But I'm just curious. I want to believe that people that are not aware may even think, ah, I hope this thing will not be expensive. Oh, I hope I don't have to pay much for it. I hope this, and all of that assumption, just to um, be a much
Yeah,
respected idea.
yeah, yeah. I think the cost of access to these tools, or these AI softwares or tools too, can also be a factor. But when I think that it all comes with understanding, because when you know the amount of productivity you would get or you would gain by leveraging on these tools, is an investment. You see it as an investment basically. It's like you investing into something so that you can gain, like the outcome of it can be more productive for you, can be, you know, yeah, more productive for you, and it's like you're gaining more from leveraging on AI. So I think it has to do with understanding. And then business owners just have to understand that whatever however they decide to incorporate AI into their business is part of investing into the business. That's I think that's what I'll say.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, another thing that just came to mind now as you were talking about business owner is, I feel like what if most growing business, there's some AI tools that when you want to incorporate them into your system, you have to like give access to some sensitive information, some sensitive data. I think there's that fear of, for example, now let's say I have to link my bank account, I have to link my bank to particular information, or I have to like link details about my client, I have to like link a lot of things, the fear of, I hope this thing will not crash.
Yeah,
I hope
yeah,
this data will not be leaked, I hope they
yeah,
won't steal all these informations. And then with the
yeah,
fear of, especially when it comes to linking bank accounts with things now, the fear of, hope they will not remove my money, I don't want my money gone and all of that.
yeah,
So yeah,
true.
you can contribute.
That's
Thank you
true.
very
But
much.
okay, sorry. But that fear, I think I've seen I can't remember the name now, but there's this accounting software that it can be regulated, like the owner, or should I say the admin that runs that system can regulate the extent of access or the kind of access that any user gets to those private information or their secure information. So I think I don't know if any business owner that has that as a concern, there's a way around it how these things actually work. So yeah.
Thank you very much. Mr. Mayowa, I want to know, I keep making reference to the fact that as an AI developer, I'm sure you must have worked with companies, both Nigerian companies, companies in Africa and out of Africa. So I want to know, from your perspective as a developer, as an AI developer, do you think businesses in Nigeria and Africa are adopting AI as much as businesses outside of Africa, yeah, are adopting AI? Yeah, from your own
Yes.
experience, from your own perspective.
Yeah, I think businesses in Africa, I'd say they are having slow adoption to AI in that sense, right? And this itself is not it's not scary because I always say a lot of times in so many aspects of technology, Africa always takes time to catch up, right? However, the goal is that businesses would start seeing this and start seeing how much AI can come into their business, right? You hear a lot of excuses today when you see businesses that do not want to adopt AI. You hear excuses like cost. Cost is one thing, right? However, just like Ms. Bukola did mention, um, you could you could use a software like, for instance, ChatGPT today, right, to do your account, or you could hire an accountant that would do that same account for you at probably three times the cost, right? Now, in the long run, it's more like you need to have access to this specific information, right, to know that ChatGPT itself would cost me less than using an accountant, right? Now, that's not saying AI itself is taking the roles of human labor and things like that. However, some processes itself do not require that specific amount of labor, right? These are processes that you can do by yourself, right? These are processes that AI itself can help you do. So the businesses that are leveraging this in Africa, they are basically staying ahead of this technology innovation, right? And in so much things, in basically every single sphere that you see businesses using AI and staying ahead in terms of innovation. So I'd say that I do believe that Africa itself, we're slow in adopting this thing. You hear a lot of people even give excuse like, "Oh, yes, it's a very valid excuse," but you hear things like, the data itself, who exactly am I giving my data to? But to every adoption of technology we have today, we've given our data to someone, right? You use WhatsApp today. WhatsApp is managed by a software company called Meta, right? And it's not like who how exactly Meta is treating your data to a very good extent, right? In as much as yes, there is a good level of trust, no trust relationship towards it. However, it's technology and it has come to stay, right? So I do advise business owners in Africa to start looking into how AI can help their business, how AI can basically fast track things, because if you're not making money, you're losing money one way, right? And businesses that are using AI are basically making money faster than you. They are not just making money faster than you; they are taking they are taking your customers, right? And once a business starts taking your customer because it has faster processes, then it's an issue you need to look at and it's an issue you need to resolve. So I'd say overall, Africa should start looking more into how artificial intelligence can be incorporated. Businesses in Africa should get rid of the fear. It's not a one-day thing, but little by little get rid of the fear of these technologies and start incorporating it into their business at large.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you, Mr. Mayowa. Okay, so this next one is going to be for, yeah, for the both of you. We want to know your opinion. Yeah, we want to hear on this particular question. What advice would you give to business owners, yeah, business owners who want to start using AI? They want to start, but they don't know where to begin, they don't know how to go about it. They literally have no idea. They don't know, they are confused. Oh, okay, now you people are saying I should incorporate this into my business, into my company. I want to start. I don't know how do I go about it? What advice would you give to business owners?
For someone who personally also moved from doing things manually to incorporating AI into my business, I would say start simple and seek knowledge. Seek knowledge and start at your pain points. Mr. Mayowa made mention of when you asked him the question of what level of business benefits from AI the most, and he said something that every level of business would go for where their pain points. So if they're experiencing it in their marketing strategy, they'll seek something that can ease out that process or simplify that process for them. So my advice to any business owner would be to seek knowledge and start simple. Like it's not like you're it's not that complex, but start simple and start from your pain points. When you say, okay, well, this is where I struggled with putting my finances and everything together, and then I sought knowledge, and then I started using Google Sheets, and then it has made it like very simple. Another area would be, the content planning and everything, having like a calendar that you follow, you schedule your posts, all of those things. So start from your pain points, that area that feels like the most overwhelming. Just seek for information on it. You will definitely find something that you can incorporate, that you can bring in, and will just simplify that process for you. So that's what I'll say.
Thank you very much, Ms. Bukola. So, business owners that are looking to incorporate AI, start simple, yeah, and seek knowledge. Thank you. Mr. Mayowa.
Yeah, I think I would also agree with that, right? In terms of seek information and knowledge. Information is everything, right? You need to be updated on the latest trends because new softwares are being built every single day, right? People are basically building ways that life can be easier for every single person. I'd say that one other thing that business owners should try to incorporate is meeting with AI consultants. For instance, in at Atom Group, we basically at some time, let's say towards the middle of next month, we host something called a Launchpad Foundation, right, where we speak to business owners, try to understand where their pain points are, and basically help them how to help them use AI to basically solve those pain points, right? Now, business owners are managing their businesses every day, right? It's not going to, you won't have every single time in the world to start searching on Google what is the latest AI technology. Let me test it out to see how it works, or what AI technology could do this, right? You won't have every single time to do that, right? But you have consultants and basically companies that have dedicated so much time into this specific field. So get some time to speak to these people, right? Get some time to speak to these organizations, right? Understand how exactly, as a business owner, can AI help me grow my business? Because I personally have seen businesses that have made so much money with AI. Some businesses that before using AI, they were at this level in terms of revenue. And then when they started using AI, they basically went 5 to 10x, right, in terms of revenue. So I'd say that get information, and don't shy away from the fact that sometimes you might not have all of that information. So you need to also speak to companies that are basically doing this AI research. Have a conversation with them. For instance, on the Launchpad Foundation that we're going to be having, it's completely free for business owners, right? And it's for us to basically enlighten them, and it's a one-on-one call where we understand the pain of your businesses and how exactly AI can help your business. If it means us giving you a custom solution or recommending you already existing solutions, we can have that, right? But information is key, because if you don't have this information that is making others money, right, you won't be making that money that you should be making, right? So seek the information. If you have time, check it. If not, reach out to consultancy companies who basically have this information and can provide them to you as a business owner.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayowa. Thank you. Seek information, reach out to consultancy company. Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you. Um, this has actually been a really insightful conversation. Yeah, I have learned a lot personally, and I want to believe that the people watching us at the moment have also learned a lot. So yeah, our final wrap for the day. Yeah, if what would you say to a business or to a brand or a business owner, after listening to this conversation, and yeah, after listening to this conversation, what would you say to a business that is still ignoring AI, a business that still choose to say, or a brand owner that's still choosing to say, no, I don't need AI, I will not use AI? What would you say to that kind of business?
Okay. Um, all right. I think I'll take this one first, right? So I just say that for businesses that do not use AI today, my word is it's not in my place to tell businesses that they would struggle, right? However, if your competitor takes all of your customers, in the very general run, you would finally struggle, right? So start using AI today, because if you're not using them, your competitors are using them, and your competitors are using them to make their processes better. So if you do not start using them, people would come and take your customers, because they would have faster reach outs, faster processes to how business is done, and basically take these customers from you. So if you do not want to struggle as a business, I'd say learn to start incorporating AI into all you do. And it could even be getting a ChatGPT subscription today, or whatever software that you use. There are so many AI softwares today. There's ChatGPT, there's Claude, there's so many of them. But you need to see one way that you are doing things manually, and how AI could basically help, and start using AI for that process. Or else people would have already found that way and are already using it. So if you do not want to struggle as a business in this age of technology and in this fast race of artificial intelligence, I suggest you start using AI as a business, right? Start looking into how your processes can be simplified as a business. Yeah.
Thank you. Miss
Um,
Bukola.
just to add, I would say that to that business owner, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. And business owners do not like to hear that they are losing money. So you're letting a lot of money, just
Yeah.
go down the drain, and you do not want that for your business. And eventually, with the way the world is going, you do not want to be left behind. The world is moving faster, so you better catch up. That's what I'll say.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Mr. Mayo and Miss Bukola. Thank you so much for sharing your insights. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your opinion. Thank you. And thank you to everyone who joined us today. Thank you for sticking. Thank you for joining. I want to believe that you've learned a lot because trust me, I have learned a whole lot. Yeah, a lot. Thank you. And if there's one thing to take away today from these conversations that we've had, from our two experts, it's that ignoring AI is not an option. Like it is not ideal as a business owner, as a brand owner. Ignoring AI or running away from AI is not ideal because it is something businesses need to start paying attention to, and AI is here to stay. Technology is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. Yeah. Thank you very much once again. Thank you everyone for joining. My name is Oyindamola Bankole, and this has been our session on the cost of ignoring AI. Till next time, when we see you on our next episode. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.